all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to what is a very different video for me. This is the first video of its kind that I've ever done, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling very nervous to film this, but I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off and get into it, because this is an unboxing which isn't just one unboxing. It is an unboxing of 3 items, 3 expensive luxury items which I know will be worn again and again in my wardrobe. For those of you that have been here for a little while, you will know that I buy luxury items which will either be like a coat, a blazer, shoes, handbags, and then everything else I tend to buy from the high street, and I use those luxury items that I've bought to really just elevate my look. And I show you in lots of different ways on my channel how I do that with all the high street items that I buy, because you all know that I love to shop. I shop regularly throughout the week, and once a week I do a little real-time unbox, try on, show you guys how I am going to style these items up, which I love to do. And yet I'm most nervous to do a video like this now. And as you would have seen from the title already, we have 3 different items. 3 items of my favourite things. I don't know what was my favourite things, whether it's handbags or shoes or coats. If my mum was alive, she'll probably say shoes, but I love handbags as well. But we have an item from Hermes, which is a very, very special wishlist item. We've got an item from Jimmy Choo, and we also have an item from Christian Louboutin behind me. Some of these items were bought from Bicester, and some of these items were bought from London. But let's just get into this, because we all know I can chat and ramble away, but I want to keep this nice and short and sweet, and see if you love the items as much as I do. Now, my first item was from Jimmy Choo, as I say, and the reason I kind of just wanted to show you this item was purely because I got these from Bicester. And for any of you guys that have not been to Bicester before, I'm sure you guys have heard about Bicester, but it's an outlet store, which is actually a really beautiful experience. I think I've shown you in a few of my vlogs before when I've been to Bicester what it's been like, and I will link just above if I can find any of the old vlogs that I did going to Bicester. But I have to say, Bicester's been really good to me recently. I have had the best experience because I have found some really good, well discounted items, which are actually items, not just items that are kind of like, you know, your seasonal sale item. They have been like these classic items that you will see in a store again and again, and they come back every year. So to see those types of items in Bicester has been literally exhilarating, exciting, and I've obviously bought them, and I've actually bought a lot more than I expected or was I ever going to. But the first item is these Jimmy Choo knee-high boots. These are called the Mavis boots. Now, these Mavis boots were actually an item that I believe were in store probably not last winter, the winter before. They also brought out a different style of the same style boot, but gave them a different name and a slightly different cut, and I actually prefer the year before, so I'm really happy to have got these. Now, I've already pre-stuffed these with my trusty friends. So these are my Amazon kind of like plastic inserts, which are super cheap. You can get, I think, 4 different inserts for 4 different boots for I think around £12, and if I can find the link, I will link these down below, and if I find these available anywhere online, I'll also link these down below. But this here is my beloved boot. I have already worn this to death, and I've been a bit nervous to show you guys any unboxings on here, because for me, I have really strived really hard to kind of be able to afford these kind of things. So for some of you guys that don't already know, I'm nearly 40 years of age. I have worked and gone to university. I have two university degrees. I have worked at law firms, now I work for a tech company. And if we take it all the way back to when I was like 9, I was a gymnastic coach. And then if we take it back to when I was in my teenage years, I often had 3 jobs. Ultimately, I would just work many, many hours. Everyone who knows me knows I used to work like silly, like 60 to 90 hour weeks when I used to work at a law firm. I luckily don't have to work that longer hours now, which I'm really grateful, which allows me to do things like this, which are like hobbies, which I really, really enjoy because it's creative. And here I am talking away, but I've worked really, really hard to be able to kind of be able to afford to buy designer items. I do not take it for granted. I know how much I lusted over these items when I was much younger. I also know how hard I used to work back then just to afford these items, and now to be able to buy items like this, it's not lost on me. And so to actually film a video quite like this, I've been meaning to film a video like this for probably a good month or so, but I was going back and forth whether I wanted to film a video like this, purely because I'd never ever want to come across as braggadocious. I wish like somebody actually put it to me that actually showing some of this stuff is aspirational, so it's not braggadocious, but I always felt like it was. I just feel really conscious about some of the items I've bought, but I just want to show you some of the things I've worked really, really hard. So I don't want to just turn up online and be like, oh yeah, these are all my items. No, this is years and years and years of hard work, many hours of hard work. Academics, not going out because I'm working, I'm studying, etc. So to be able to get here has taken a long time. So please don't think this is just overnight, really attainable. It's just I have been working many years to get to this. But these are a brown pair of suede boots. They are absolutely gorgeous on. If I have any videos or any pictures, I will be showing you across, hopefully over my face, so you guys don't have to look at me. But yeah, I absolutely love these boots because first of all, the heel height is 85 centimeters. Yes, I was the girl younger when I used to wear the So Kate Christian Louboutin heels, 120 centimeters. I just can't do that now. And so if I want to buy a boot that I can wear every single day so that I can go to kind of work, walk to kind of get the train into London, walk across London, or go out in the weekends, walk around art galleries because I love art galleries, or just walk in general because I love to walk. 85 centimeters is the sweet spot. It's still sexy enough, like it still looks sexy, it still elevates your whole frame, but it's also really manageable. And I love the fact that these heels are not super stiletto, which means they don't have to get reheeled all the time, which this next boot I will show you does. But yeah, I absolutely love these. These are super comfortable on. I got these in a size 40, but the 39.5 would also fit for me as well, and I think 39 would also fit. So I feel like if you're normally a size 6, that's typically what I am. I think 6 to 40 in Jimmy Choo, so a 39 to 40 will fit you really well. But I absolutely love these. I actually saw these in Bicester in a black crocodile effect leather boot as well, and I am definitely thinking about going back. And the reason that I like this particular style is because they've got the JC on the back. I think originally when they first came out, they didn't have the JC on the back. I just love that little token just to show you that it is designer, that little emblem. It's very subtle, it's not too big. As I say, I don't like really big kind of loud and proud logos, but yeah, really like it. And I am tempted to go back to Bicester to go get the other boots, and the price of those really was what was a showstopper. I think originally, I think brand new, they were like £1,600, and I got these for £750, so literally over half the price. Wonderful saving. I've already worn to death. I think, let me just show you, they are already worn quite a lot, but they're super comfortable and I absolutely love them. And they're the colour at the moment. That's the thing I couldn't understand, the fact that they were in Bicester and yet they were the colour of the moment. It's brown, it's the trend colour, etc. So for me, I would feel like you could get away with selling them full price. So to get them over half price, I was over the moon. Now for the next item, I am actually going to unbox this item here. Now I know from watching unboxings before, they typically leave the best one to the very last, but I'm not going to keep you guys waiting because I get a little impatient too. I do have this Louboutin to unbox, and I'll show you guys if you guys are still around at the very end. But this item here is indeed a wishlist item that I have been waiting for some time, and I will go into the full stories, the ins and outs, my whole Hermes journey for you guys, because I think it's quite unique, and interestingly, I haven't had to spend too much at the store, so I really want to provide that information because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation around on the internet, but I really just want to give you a real honest review and also share you some of the bad misfortune that I had, and to show you that you can still continue to get your wish. So stay tuned for the story, because I feel like the story is in fact like the key bit of information here. The bag is beautiful, but I feel like if you guys are looking for a wish list item, that this story I feel like will invigorate you, and I had to share this. Now before I get into the story, I wanted to show you this bag first, because otherwise I feel like you guys are just sitting there like, come on guys, just wait for it. But this is a wish list item. I cannot actually quite believe that I've got this item. I have already unboxed this item before. I have worn it. I just struggled with working out whether or not I wanted to do this type of video for online, and I'll go into that in a little moment. But so I have reboxed this up, hopefully in a good way. I can't remember what it looked like when I unboxed it, but I have got a Birkin 30 in a new colour for 2025. So as you can just see here, let me just take the clochette out here. But it is a size 30, and the 30 for me is the perfect size purely because of my frame. I'm 5'7", I'm size 8 typically. I've got like really curvy, you know, quite big boobs, quite curvy butt, kind of like hourglass-ish figure. And this just suits my frame really, really well. And just looking in the viewfinder there, it looks as beautiful as it does in real life. I hope I've done it justice by boxing this back up in the right way. But it's a size 30, and I don't know, you can't really see here, but I will definitely show you some videos over this whilst I'm talking, so you can get an understanding for it. But this is in the colour Ardoise. I'm not the best at pronouncing French words, or even English words, to be honest, but I'm not the best at pronouncing French words, but this is in the colour Ardoise. And when I got the email to say that I have been, my wish has been fulfilled and I have a Birkin 30 in the colour Ardoise, I was kind of like, what is that colour? I don't know. And I literally Googled it within an inch, trying to find a Hermes bag, any Hermes bag in this colour, and I could not find it anywhere. Now, I got this in December 2024, hence it has been a bit of time before deciding to do this unboxing video, and I'll tell you why in a short moment. And this colour was not anywhere. Now, I have seen since then one Birkin, and it's Tamara, her Birkin, which is the shoulder Birkin in the same colour, but I haven't seen any other colours. And from what I could see, and from what my essay was telling me, was that this colour was a very popular colour. It was discontinued, or it didn't, not necessarily discontinued, but it wasn't being made by mass, or like, you know, able to get unless you were kind of putting in a special wish item. But it hadn't been made, I think, just after 2012, and lots of people online were kind of couldn't understand why they decided not to like continue making bags in that colour, because it's really, really popular. Now, this is a grey colour, but it's also got a real darkness to it, so it kind of looks like a darkish black, but it's definitely a grey. So I'll just come up here as well. I've still got the stickers on it because I haven't had the heart to be able to pull them off, because I know it devalues the bag straight away. I will, I just need to find the right moment. But it is a grey bag. It's quite sunny in here today, but it has a blue tinge to it too. It's really quite a chameleon bag, and I am someone who basically wears a lot of beige. Like you can see, if you guys have followed me for a while, you'll know my whole house is kind of beigeish. It's that kind of colour. I love browns. You've just seen that I've got these, you know, brown boots which go perfectly as a colour, and so it's a really versatile colour. And so whilst I would never have chosen this colour specifically, I didn't even know about it, I'm really happy to have this bag, because I feel like it will wear, if I just got a black bag, it would have done really well, especially on this size for winter. But maybe in the summer I won't be reaching for it as much, but I feel like I will most definitely be wearing this throughout all of the seasons. And I have already worn this quite a bit. I wear this to work. It fills, for example, doesn't fill my laptop, but it does have my iPad, my Kindle Scribe, lots of bits and pieces. It's very, very full. I've travelled with it and it's perfect. So it's a wonderful everyday bag, and I still can wear it out in the evening. Maybe not like a really dressy evening, but if you're just popping out, it still has that luxe look. And I've got this up in the yellow gold hardware, and I'm just super happy with this bag. And as I say, I would never have chosen the colour, but it's so versatile, and I can definitely see myself wearing this throughout spring and summer as well. Now, the price of this bag was just under £9,000. I got this from the store on Cadogan Place, so just off of Sloane Street. To give you a bit of information about the story, and it's really, really important, the story piece, because I feel like if I can give you any information from today's haul, whilst I know that looking at these beautiful items is entertaining in itself, but this is the information that I want to give to you. For example, buying these boots from Bicester, I love them, they look great, they're wonderful. I'm telling you about them purely because they're over half price and available in Bicester. That's why I want to tell you about this, because I want to pass on good value to you guys in this channel. I'm always trying to find something at the best price point, so if I can share my information to you guys, I happily do. And as I say, they've got these in different colours. They've got them in the black crocodile leather at the moment as well. So if you want to go to Bicester, I would 100% recommend going down there. And then the reason I want to share the story about this is purely because my journey started in 2020. I bought a pair of all-round gold sandals. I bought it from Bond Street, so a different store to where I bought this item here. I then bought a pair of black jumping boots from a store in Paris. So once again, a totally different essay as well. I then bought a pair of black Oran sandals a year later, I think in 2021 or 22. and that was from Bond Street, but yet again from a different essay. Now, I didn't put in a proper wish until I believe 2020, and then I let my wish run out and I didn't renew it. And then when I bought my black sandals, I said, oh, you know, I don't know if my wish is still going. I was really uneducated. I didn't really know how the system worked. I hadn't watched any videos about Hermes unboxings, etc. And that's when they said, you need to like make sure you renew your wish. And I actually did this wish at Cadogan Place. It wasn't where I'd been buying my items from. I kind of just did like a, you know, a random appointment. I didn't really necessarily bond as much with my essay. Like, you know, he was really, really nice, but we didn't really speak about anything personal or anything at all. And I put in my wish for, I believe, a Kelly 28 in noir colour, in Epsom leather, with gold hardware, and it was only that, nothing else. So I didn't have any other shades. And I remember that, you know, my time came up after 1 year, and my wish had been fulfilled, and I went back within that year to renew my wish, and I did it again. And, you know, just asked really politely. I never, you know, I'm not a massive shopper around Cadogan Place. I'm actually more around Bond Street, but I just seem to really like the store, like how it's presented. And then, lo and behold, my wish was fulfilled a year later. So in 2023, my wish was fulfilled. And this is where the story comes and gets juicy, because this is the information I want to give to you guys. My wish was fulfilled, but I wasn't aware of it. So I had an email to say, and I didn't even know that it would be an email to let me know. I thought maybe someone would call me. But I only found out that my wish was fulfilled when I went to renew my wish. So the day my wish was fulfilled, I was in Harrods that week buying a Bulgari bracelet to mark the occasion of having done the house build. I bought my present to myself that I'd saved my hard money to say, this is the marker, this is a piece of jewellery that you're going to wear, just to remind yourself that every time you wear it, that's all the 4 years of hard work on top of the full-time job, all the stress that you did to create a brand new knockdown house build our dream home. It took a lot of work, and so when I wear that piece, I will remember everything that went into the house. And so it was, you know, near to a price of a Birkin or a Kelly. And yeah, I hadn't checked my emails. I just wasn't that invested in like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the handbag, or I really want it. I wasn't waiting around for it. And ironically, 2 weeks after my wish was fulfilled, I went to get a renewal of my wish, and they said, oh no, your wish has been satisfied and it can't be renewed. I said, it hasn't been satisfied, I haven't bought it. Anyways, I sat with this lovely lady who's now my SA, and I'm so grateful for this moment because I've actually got to meet her, and we have the most wonderful chats whenever we see each other. We message each other on WhatsApp, but actually she sat there and she found the email in my junk email. So the email that had said that I'd had my wish fulfilled, it was in my junk email. And yeah, I was absolutely gutted. It was a Kelly 28. It was the actual wish, not a variation, a different colour. It was the exact wish. 28, noir, Epsom leather in gold hardware. And it wasn't for me. And I remember going home feeling really, really gutted about it. And I also had a lot of like cognitive dissonance about feeling really gutted about not getting a handbag, because anyone that knows me is that I'm not centered around these material items. Yeah, I love them. I like them. I buy them. I wear them. But like my happiness doesn't come from them. I don't measure myself by those material items. Like I measure myself by the people that I have around me. What am I providing to my friends and family? How I interact with others, like my peace, etc. I won't go into too much. And I'm going to be really truthful. The fact that I was so gutted, I was kind of like, what have I become? Like, why am I so gutted about such a material item, which is an absolute luxury to be able to buy? And to be honest, I think that thought process, that whole journey of that was so needed for me mentally. And I am grateful. Like I can sit here and say, I am not upset about not getting that handbag, because that was a life lesson, or not necessarily a life lesson, but that was a kind of internal conversation that I needed to have with myself at that time, and I'm grateful for it. So that was the present. So my wish was fulfilled. I didn't get the item that was part of the wish, but I got an even better lesson. So I'm really grateful for that. And I also got a friendship with Marina, who is my SA, and now we have the most lovely, really like conversations with that I don't have with anybody else. And I'm really grateful to have met her, because the conversations I have with her are conversations which mean a lot to me, but I don't really know anyone that like to discuss those types of topics. So I'm really, really grateful. And to this day, we still continue to have that. And then to make this story even more wonderful, it had gone another year. So I renewed my wish with Marina. I changed it from a Kelly. I changed it to a Birkin. I didn't just do black. I did lots of different shades. And she kind of picked some shades that she thought would work based on my palette that I was wearing. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? Because at that point I thought, do you know what? The lesson's been learned, and I do believe in the universe. Like, I massively, not just, you know, in general in life, I believe that things are removed from your path that aren't meant for you, and things are placed into your path which are meant for you. And in that scenario, that handbag was not meant for me, but the lesson was meant for me. And so she chose some shades, etc. And then I had my operation last year. I renewed my wish, and I explained to her that I couldn't renew it because the year hadn't come up. But I explained to her I was having my operation, I won't be able to renew it, etc. And she kind of, because of extenuating circumstances, she could renew it for a few months until I was basically physically back on my feet. But lo and behold, I remember specifically just before my birthday, I was sitting in the other living room. I'd just done my journaling, my reading, etc. I'd having a coffee, and it was a Saturday morning, and I just had this feeling in my stomach, which was like, I'm getting an Hermes today, which is so strange. I was like, I'm getting a Birkin today, and it was so strong in my, like, it was in my soul. I was like, I am getting a Birkin today. Like, who can say I'm getting a Birkin? Like, that means nothing. And I remember thinking, what a silly thing, like, what? Let me just check my email. And lo and behold, I'd been emailed that day before saying, your wish has come in. You've got Birkin 30 in Ardoise colour, Togo leather, gold hardware, and here it was. The strangest of stories ever. And yeah, and that just goes back to my whole thing about the universe, the energy of the universe. I know it sounds a bit wishy-washy, especially for those who don't necessarily believe in it. But what made me sit in that morning, have that really deep feeling, I didn't even have my phone near me because I'd just been journaling. So when I'm journaling, I put my phone on another table or in a different room so I don't get distracted. And it just came like up from my stomach, and I was like, I'm getting a Birkin today. Weird, very strange. And the way I went, picked up the Birkin when I was in London the following week, and here we are. And I love her. And I kind of feel like, I mean, you can tell this is like my navy jumper. I'm wearing a beautiful pair of jeans from H&M, which I think I showed you guys in a haul a good month or so ago. And here's a handbag, and it works really well with this outfit, purely because she chose some shades which she thought would work for the palette of what I said I normally wear. And it does. So that's the story of that. And I suppose just to give you guys a bit more information. So as I said, 2020 I bought a pair of sandals from Bond Street. 2021 I bought a pair of jumping boots from Paris, different SA. I also bought a pair of black Oran sandals, different SA. I think those black pair were actually online, thinking about it. I then have also bought a pair of two Oran sandals in Epsom leather. That was bought online as well. I've not actually, if I think about it, I don't think I've ever bought from the store that actually gave me my Birkin. So I think in total I've probably spent about £5,000. I've spread that, right? So I've bought that from Bond Street, I've bought that from online store, and I've bought that from Paris. So completely spread. So that story about having to spend lots of money at one store, maybe that is true. Maybe I would have got a bag quicker. But I just want to kind of give this story for those of you guys that maybe can't do that, and or don't want to do that, and don't want to shop in that way. So you don't feel like that's the only way, you have to play the game. It doesn't. Just trust the universe. Like, go along with your business, and what is meant for you will be for you, and what is not meant to be at that time won't be. But trust me when I say, when it's not that time, you'll be getting some other beautiful lessons along the way. Not necessarily bags, clothes related, but just, you know, great lessons along the way. But I just wanted to share that because I feel like there's so much of, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I always like to be different. Like I always like to be the alternative thing, because I don't like that you've got to play a game, because this isn't a game. Like shopping shouldn't be like that. It's joyful. I love it because it's so expressive. But I'm aware that I've probably been talking. I can't actually see how long I've been talking to on my camera. I should actually pop that on there to stop myself talking so much. But my final item of today's unboxing is indeed these Christian Louboutin boots as well. It's definitely a boots era, but this is such a saving, seriously. Now, I had been looking at a pair of these boots already, and they were the kind of pointy toe rather than the kind of round toe. So truth be told, I'd looked at a pair of these boots and they were like £1,600, and I didn't want to spend that kind of money. I loved them though, but I just didn't want to spend that money, nor did I have the money to spend that way. So when I saw this literally in the shop window, I didn't even go. So I bought these from Bicester. I didn't even go into the store. Like I was not intending to go into Louboutin at all. I just saw them in the shop window and I was like, oh, they look like the boots that I was trying on the other week. And these are called the Eloise Botter. They are in an 85 heel height. So once again, in a beautiful heel height. And oh, I just realised I never even put my clochette onto my Birkin. But doesn't matter. I'm sure I've probably shown you some pictures with the clochette on it already. But these are in an 85 centimeters once again. So very much the size of heel that I spoke about being a really, really good size for me. I have worn these already, so they are a little bit dirty. They do need a clean. Unfortunately, the heel does look a little bit damaged in the sense I've gone down a crack. But these are the boots that they've got here. Now, I've seen these in, I believe they're called the So Kate as well. But the 85 centimeters, these are super comfortable. Even though the heel itself is super skinny, this is still very, very comfortable. In fact, the actual tips of the heel last for quite a bit of time. Now, I bought these for £500, and the reason these were I think they were £600. I got a further £50 or something off like that, because I think there was a very small little mark, which, to be honest, I can't even see it now. So that just shows you how irrelevant it was. But these were £500, so literally they were a third of the price of the boots that I was showing. Yes, okay, they aren't as pointy as I probably would have them, but they're still a point. They're not typically round, they're still a point. But these were a wonderful saving. And what I would say is I shopped in Bicester quite a lot. Bicester's been really good over the past couple of months. I bought an item every single time I've gone that I've loved. And if you guys love seeing items that are like really good in store that I've bought for a really good price, let me know in the comments below, because I can continue to film those. I haven't done a vlog for ages. Ever since I've done my operation, I have not done a vlog talking and taking you guys around when I've been shopping. But I can get back into that if that's something that you guys would like. It just takes a lot of time, so it's hard to juggle with my full-time job as well. But what I will say is that every time I go to Bicester looking for something, I never find something. And if I just go to Bicester with my friend for just like a nice mutual walk around, some coffee, maybe some lunch, often I team up a visit to Bicester with going to Ainhoe. So going to see the Restoration Hardware house in Ainhoe Park, because then I just get my interior fix. We have like a nice lunch there. It's just beautiful grounds. And I have got something very exciting coming up. I can't tell you just yet because we haven't signed the contract, but it will be something exciting that I'm working towards and have been working towards for about 7 months now. But yeah, I like to team up the two. So what I would say is, if you are fancying going to Bicester and just spending some great time with maybe your mum or your friends, or even your other half, me and my other half, we don't shop together too much because he likes to get in and out, and I'm more of a just like let's enjoy the moment. But yeah, if you like to shop in that way, then I would 100% say go to Bicester, because I guarantee you will find something you actually like if you shop in that way. But yeah, those are my 3 amazing items that I've had over the past month or so that I love, especially this Birkin. I haven't put the clochette on just yet, but I hope that my story has been of help. And for those that are looking to buy that item but don't want to spend loads and loads of money, or not too sure how you do it, etc., I hope I've given you some inspiration. And do you know what, truth be told, like, the reason that I decided to actually like bite the bullet and do this unboxing was because I was speaking to a friend who was like, what, you don't have to spend lots of money to get back? And I was like, no, just go and make your wish. And it inspired her, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, how many other people don't do or won't go to Hermes to put a wish down purely because they just think they have to spend lots of money? So I thought, if my experience can inspire you to do that and not be put off by lots of people that, you know, say you've got to do these things, then I'm definitely going to inspire you. But I have to say, the reason I haven't done videos like this ever before was just because I just don't want it to come across braggadocious at all. Like, I work very, very hard. I love doing YouTube with you guys. I love doing content creating, and I would love to do it full time, but I can't afford to. Like, I have a very serious job that I've been working towards all my life. It's my career, and that takes priority, along with kind of keeping house good, making sure my family are good, my husband are good, my friends are good. But ultimately, I'd love to do this full time. It's just super fun. But what I wanted to explain is, obviously, this is big. All this items is from hard work that you guys don't see behind the scenes, and it's never braggadocious. It's only to give you guys some value. So if you can pop to Bicester and get your money off, do it. If I buy luxury items, I often find a discount code, so I can show you those things when I get them and explain to you how much they were and what I got as a discount code. And I also do shop secondhand as well to get some really good items at a better price. So I'm happy to share those bits and pieces if that would be useful too. But I don't know how long I've been talking, but knowing me, I've been talking for some time. If you are still here at the very end, I just want to thank you very much for your time. I hope you have had a lovely week and have a lovely weekend planned. But once again, thanks again for your time, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.